What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the first video of the year. I'm going to do a couple little things and then go over a couple more things that it changed for this motor. I was going to keep it pretty much the same, just get it tuned up good with the Holley, but I got some new goodies. If y'all follow my TikTok and Instagram, y'all have probably seen them already. A couple other goodies for the bottom end of this motor, and then just clean up a bunch of this. I'm going to patch that cardboard hole there, put some actual metal there, cover up those two other little holes, move the pressure regulator to the firewall by the filter, and then clean up everything at the battery. Probably put a power strip post somewhere inside where it's got all the power I need and a mega fuse on it, and I can just individually fuse and run all the power stuff off there, make it look a lot cleaner. But mainly I need to get the Holley tuned in first before I pull this motor out. That way, once the motor's out, I can clean everything up, do everything how I want, get rid of some things. Yeah, I'll be getting rid of that. Right up here, I'm gonna try and get the windshield wipers to work. And then I gotta wire up the headlights. So these headlights right now, if we go look inside, I wasn't getting any power turning them on with a switch. So I came down in here, you can't really see it too well, but there's this green wire here. So all I need to do is run this up to my switch panel, and then I'll have headlights running off that. Then I gotta put those in a wire loom there for the neutral safety switch, clean it up a little bit, and try and get rid of most of this wiring under here. It's a mess from the factory wiring harness, and the guy got it from just splicing a whole bunch of other junk. And then I'm gonna have a trans temp gauge. I might move the tach, but I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna have a fuel level sensor, or fuel level gauge. Probably mount it over here somewhere on one of these, but I'm probably gonna end up taking this plate out, cutting the dash about here, plating it off, and then making my own dash cover out of just like a plate of aluminum. That way I can put my own gauges where I want, make it just look a lot cleaner and not have all this extra stuff. And then I'm planning on getting rid of these seats. So if you want these seats, they'll be up for sale. I'll have them on Facebook. And then we'll probably still have dual seats. I'll probably just get a cheap plastic 5-point harness seat for the passenger side, just to keep it light. Then I'll have an aluminum racing seat on the driver's side. That way it's a little bit more comfortable, a little more fitted for me. Then that tire is just going to go back in storage because I won't be using it for a while. These tires, once it quits snowing, will get taken off, and my street tires get put back on. I'm getting another set of rims for the radials for when I'm at the track. Hopefully I'll be getting a single piece rear window too, because that one rattles when I'm driving and just not too big of a fan. And then be able to fix all the window trim and everything, because when I got it, the guy didn't know how to install it and he did the best he could. Maybe it'll get painted this winter. I'm hoping to, but we'll see how it goes. I do want to get at least a fiberglass cowl hood on here, and then maybe some new marker lights on there, and maybe delete these side ones or get some smoked ones just to make it a whole nice black clean look on the side. Then I'll have to put in the other one of these taillights and wire them up. Don't mind the chain, I had to pull it out of where it was sitting and roll it in here, so I got to do some engine work to it before it'll run. I'm going to get all the stickers off the back glass, get the sticker off there, just try and clean it up, make it look nice. Well, as y'all can see, I got it mounted. I think that's going to be the best position, because then I can run a tube off of down here to wherever I want to where it'll drain. And then I'll probably end up turning this valve cover around and putting another one over there, probably right about where that hole is. I'll try and flatten it out a little, cover it, and then mount a catch can there. Then both sides will have one, because I don't know how much, or if I'm allowed to have an open breather like this, or if I have to have a closed breather for the track. But other than that, for now, I think I'm gonna get this fan shroud out of here, get my fan off. What is going on, guys, and welcome back. So as you can see, we're not in the shop, we're in my pickup right now. We got the trailer hooked up and we are going to look at a car that I've been looking for a while. I've passed up a couple before just because I wasn't ready for them, and now I finally found one that's a good price. Hopefully it's not too rusted out. It is a 1960s car, so it could have some possible rust on it, and hopefully it's just like the floor pans or something fairly easily fixable. I'm gonna go head over there, look at the car, and if everything goes good, get it loaded up, and then once I get somewhere, I'll get out and show you guys, do a walk around. What is going on, guys? I am back, and as you might be able to see there is something now on the trailer. Let me spin you guys around here, and as you can see, I'm now the owner of a 1965 Ford Mustang. The fenders are up front. He gave me two C4 transmissions and a 289 engine out of a 65 Ford. It didn't come out of this car, but it is for a car like this. Here, let me turn. Alright, and as you can see, there's that 289. Now you guys can actually see this fender is rough. Like, all the fenders need replaced, and the hood's got some damage. Windshield needs replaced. The driver's door is actually pretty good. It's just got that spot down there. See, here's the other C4. Overall, it's not terrible. The rear quarters need some help. Someone put some on. I think they're the wrong ones, so we'll have to go through that. The deck lid just needs a little bit of work. The engine's going to need a complete go through if I decide to use it. As you can see, this passenger side, this one has the issue. It's got a whole bunch of dents and everything in it. But I got everything there, and then I got the back of here, I got new spindles, A-arms, and the springs for it, because the one tire is about to fall off because the bearings are gone, so we'll have to replace those. But just figure, give you guys a look. What's going on, guys? We are back. We're back in the shop, back with the old C10. Just dialing a couple things in a little bit ago, getting the carb tuned in. We had to change this fuel pump, or the accelerator pedal position, because this wasn't bent enough for this to hit the cam. And so now I think the drivability will be fixed, which is all I really had an issue with. I also had to change out this terminal on the positive side. I got a new crimp fitting right here and a new terminal. That way it's nice and clean, getting good connection all the way down to the starter, which this thing needs a lot of wiring redone, but for now, I mean, it works. I still got to remount the fuel pressure regulator, get a hose to go to the catch can and get another one, or I might just get another one of those fittings and then tee them into each other and then go to the catch can over there. I haven't decided yet, because this thing I don't drive it enough to need dual catch cans, and if I drain it after every track day, then I should be fine. But inside, I got to figure out what I want to do. I'm thinking about just cutting the whole dash, taking the whole dash out except for the main brace that holds the steering wheel up back in there, and then making my own out of some like 1/2-inch square tubing as the frame, and then some sheet metal, because then I could get a good mount for the switch panel. I'm going to get rid of this tack and get a good tack, and then I can mount these gauges in an actual panel to where they'll hold good, and I can get my fuel level gauge in there, and then when I get a trans temp gauge, I can put that in, because right now I'd have to put it up in here, and I really don't feel like trying to make something fit with this, seeing as how there's nothing to hold this on other than just this dash pad, and it won't hold it good enough. And then speedometer, I'm not sure if I'm going to get one right now. I might get a GPS one. Then I got a pedestal coming for the shifter to raise it up. So I'll probably end up raising it up and moving it back a couple inches. So it'll probably be, instead of being up here where it's at, it'll probably be back about here, about 3 inches. And it's a 5.5 inch tall pedestal. That way, instead of having to reach down to shift, because right now, if I put it all the way down into first, I have to reach down and bump it to shift through. And I really don't want to do that. I want to be able to have it up here where I can just bump it real quick. And then passenger seat's going to come out. I'm going to do full race weight. Eventually I'll put a plastic, just cheap 5-point harness seat back there, and then put an aluminum racing seat in the driver's side. But that's later on. I got a couple other things, and then I want to do some things with Mustang too before I do too much. And then on this side I want to get these holes patched up, get them filled in, and then get a cover panel for that hole, and then figure out a better mounting for that, and then cut some of these wires back, because they gave me like 4 foot of wire, and I already had wire ran in here to my old ignition box, but I couldn't use the same harness because it's a different brand. I went from a Taylor to a MSD Street Fire. And then just be able to clean all that up, make it a lot less wires. And then I'm probably going to end up making a stand there that'll hold everything here, because I'll have a fuse box that I'll have here, and then the MSD box here. Or I might keep them up here, but we'll see. It all depends. I got to see what I want to do with the wiring, and then I'll have to figure out where to route those 2 wires for the neutral safety switches. And then I'm not sure. I'm probably going to end up pulling this flooring out and trying to get all the sound deadening, and then just painting it. But I'm not sure, because I want to try and get this thing as light as possible. And then you can see all the wiring mess over there. I got to figure out what to do with all the factory harness. Eventually, once I go to LS, everything will be coming out. But for now, I'll probably just end up leaving it. And then bed in here, I'm going to pull the rubber mat out, pull all the sheet metal out of the flooring, brace it where I need to, and then just get a piece of aluminum to cover the whole top of the bed from here to there, and just have it screwed down. That way it'll be a little more aerodynamic. And then obviously those tires are coming off, and my cheater slicks are going back on, or this drag radials. And then just little things here and there, like just cleaning it up, making it look good again. Making sure all the lights work. Alright, now we'll go over the plan for the Mustang, because I know a few of you are wanting to know more about that. I'm not going to do too much for now. I'm going to fix the fenders, probably. Get a couple of dents out the hood, sand them down, get them in primer. I'm going to swap out the front A-arms and spindles. That way the tires will be on there, they'll roll good. Everything will be good there. Get the rear suspension all gone through, make sure it'll be good to roll. Probably get some just cheap tires to throw on there temporarily, because I'm going to be swapping over to a 5 lug with a Mustang 2 suspension, but that'll be for this next winter. But hopefully this summer I'll be able to have most of the bodywork done, and possibly find a motor for it to start putting it back together. Once the weather clears up a little bit, we'll go over the Mustang. I'll bring you out there, get a better look around, and then we'll go from there. But right now, it's too much snow on the ground. Like, it just snowed again. It's supposed to snow tomorrow and Monday, and the high is supposed to be like 22 degrees all week. So we'll see how it ends up going. But yeah, we'll have another update. Hopefully I'll get another video out here in a couple weeks, because I'm gonna put the aluminum radiator and electric fans in here, and then hopefully all those parts will be here this week, if not the week after. So we'll be putting the fuel level gauge in, the shifter rate or pedestal, and there's a couple other things I have coming. And then I possibly have another full 4-bolt small block engine, and if I do, the crank and rods that I have are going to go in that, and I'm going to build that block, have it sent off to the machine shop. Then I just need to swap over heads, lifters, rockers, push rods, because I'm going to be changing out the cam for a full solid roller cam. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with an Isky, a Howard's, or a Comp. We'll have to see, but it all depends on what's available or what can get to me the quickest, because right now it's hard to get stuff. Alright, well, that is going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and go check out my TikTok and Instagram. They're both step side square body underscore between all the words. If you go check those out, we have hit 102, I think, on TikTok now, and we're like 1 or 2 away from 400 on Instagram.